We've got some very exciting news to share. But first, let's take a step back. For over 10 years, Forfusion has been helping organisations of all sizes de-risk their journey towards digital transformation. We started in an office no bigger than a broom cupboard with little capital on the eve of the biggest financial crash in modern history. But what we did have was a belief. A belief there was a better approach to running a technology consultancy, which could empower colleagues and customers to achieve more. That belief has guided us over the years, and what I believe has enabled us to grow to a multi-million-pound company, hiring over 40 colleagues and regularly out competing larger and longer established systems integrators. And it has led to this very important announcement. I'm delighted to say that Winchester-based company, MintTec, will be joining the Forfusion family. This investment will allow MintTec to provide greater depth and breadth of services that its loyal customer base is seeking. Both MintTec and Forfusion have similar agile and flexible approaches to de-risking digital transformation, and I'm very much looking forward to helping even more organisations achieve their ambitious outcomes. MintTec will continue to operate and deliver services under its trusted brand for the foreseeable future, led by its co-founder and managing director, Peter Ray. However, it will be able to leverage the capabilities Forfusion has become renowned for. I caught up with Peter to discuss this exciting news, and here's what we had to say. Thanks very much for joining us at Newcastle HQ on this absolutely glorious northeastern day. I guess what a lot of people will be asking and thinking is, how did this all come about?
As a company, we initially started a thought process really before we met, of course, and really felt that we needed to get more depth. And that was the main thing for us. So we were looking for, initially it was literally just about partnership, about somebody who we could get more depth for. And initially we were really almost looking for a third-party support company. So that's how we started. And then as we developed that further, we realised actually we would be better off looking more from an investment perspective. And so when we originally met, that wasn't necessarily why we met at all, but certainly, as soon as we started to talking, I realised actually interesting. There's potentially a lot of synergy with what you guys did. So that was the start of it. How do you see the similarities between MintTec and Forfusion?
It's a good question, Peter. Perhaps it's worthwhile just touching on the similarities as I see it between you and I. And I guess the very reason we started having the conversation in the first place. It's your love of fast motorcycles, the fact that you have one and I want one, your love of France and fine wines, the fact that you're completely convinced that you're in your mid-20s, and I feel the same way. But in terms of business, I think the similarities and synergies are focused on agility and flexibility, and most definitely a low attrition rate.
So we talked about customer retention. It's interesting actually, and I know you guys have done the same sort of thing. So we did an exercise recently to find out why our customers stayed with us, over a long time. We got a lot of our clients who are with us 10 years plus, and we've actually been asking the clients the questions, and it's been really quite interesting. And I know the same as you guys. So the biggest thing that we've had is, and the main response ultimately is just the word trust. And that's why they kept with us for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. In terms of the ethos and the approach that Forfusion takes, selling MintTec, or the proposition of partnering with MintTec, was an easy sell for me to the rest of the business. I just made it very clear to the guys that you build your operation on trust, and that's how you build a customer base. That MintTec wasn't a sales-led organisation. It was all about strategy, road mapping, and hand-holding through the process. Obviously, we touched on the similarities and synergies between the two organisations. Now, I guess we're going to talk about synergies and similarities. It's probably worthwhile spending a moment discussing the differences between the two organisations.
We've actually got a large customer base, but where we've found a real challenge is depth of engineering. And that's one thing that we were looking for, was really to increase that engineering depth and have have more resource in there.
We are kind of polar opposites in that respect. In that, obviously Forfusion has a very kind of small or compact set of customers, but we tend to deliver very high end service into the customer base. We deliver right across the technology stack. We look at switching, routing, security, even in application development. We also do quite a lot in terms of productivity tools, and we spend a lot of time on design and strategy as well, and hopefully Forfusion can add real value to the MintTec customer base.
Yeah, well, that's the one that I'm really excited about. I love the idea of getting involved in more and more strategy. You know, we do already hold roadmap meetings, strategy meetings with our clients, but the problem is, as I say, you know, with the number of customers that we have and the engineering depth that we have, we can only do that to the top few % of our clients, and we really want to push that out further. We really think there's a lot of benefits that we can offer to more of our clients, but ultimately we need that depth, and that's one of the key things that I see the partnership bringing.
Whilst MintTec and Forfusion take a very different approach to sales, to selling, marketing, what they do very well, and where I guess there are other synergies, is the fact that we identify customers' pain points, identify challenges, and we provide, you know, some fairly creative solutions to address those pain points. That initial stages of building the partnership, we don't have any worries of making that cultural shift work, because we're already working in a similar way in that sense.
I just see it more of a natural part of our development, really. I think, you know, we were always going to get to the step, but we're just going to get to the step 10 years quicker because of the work that we're going to do with you. So that's what I'm excited about. From a business perspective, you know, if you look at the market, if you look at what's happening in the market, things are developing really rapidly, and MintTec as a company, we need to be able to move and flex with the times, and that's really where I see the partnership working really well. So we can buy the same product, but we can buy that from a collective buying angle. We can get better pricing. We've got more access to engineering resource at an economical price, and of course the other thing that the joining the organisations gives both of us as companies is effectively national coverage in one hit, which I think is great. I'm excited about that as well, because, you know, previously we've had, you know, clients that are locally based to us that maybe have offices that are further around the country, and that's always been a little bit more challenging to deliver services to, not to the local offices of course, but, you know, certainly to the other offices. So I don't think we could have chosen better positioned geographically organisations, you know, to give us a UK coverage without taking on lots of additional offices and, of course, lots of additional costs in doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, Peter. But obviously, with opportunity comes inevitable challenge. In terms of the immediate challenges, I mean, what do you foresee is presenting the biggest?
Certainly for us, I think one of the challenges is going to be making sure that we get the message right to our clients, so they understand that this is really a move forward for us. It's not a complete transition. We're not going to suddenly become a different company tomorrow. We're going to be the same organisation, but that organisation with more depth.
We are going to have challenges in the short term with regard to messaging. But I think any customers that do feel anxious in any way, they need not to be. This is a positive move, and I think our customers in general, MintTec and Forfusion customers, should feel incredibly encouraged by this partnership between MintTec and Forfusion, because of the depth and breadth of service that we'll be able to deliver for the customers.
The market's moving forward. We've got to move forward as suppliers, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Indeed. I mean, given some focus and some consideration to the services that we're going to be able to deliver collectively, MintTec and Forfusion joining forces. I mean, as you well know, Peter, we've done an awful lot of work on in respect of our managed services portfolio. We're in the process of launching some very creative, very clever security as a service options. We've built some IP in and around a product called Pragmatist, and we're working on a number of other things. It's certainly interesting times, and absolutely every reason for our customers to feel some comfort that we're moving in the right direction. Organisations are looking for smaller, more compact, more agile organisations that can change direction very quickly, and in fact can change direction in line with market demand, and I think that's something that MintTec and Forfusion do very well together.
You know, we found with some of our clients where they use us for some of their services, and then they have a completely separate security vendor, In theory, that's fine. The problem is, though, in practice, you don't get that great interaction, and really it needs to be a coherent approach. And that's what I'm really excited about, the security as a service. So, it means that we can add that into our portfolio. It can be delivered in a smooth infrastructure.
Forfusion and MintTec are going to be launching security as a service. It doesn't mean that it's new to us. We've been doing this for many years. We've been promoting security, fairly aggressively for the last 12 to 24 months. It just so happens now it's called security as a service. I don't know about you, Peter, but I think this is probably the most excited I've been since we started Forfusion in 2007, many years ago. It's fantastic.
I've been running MintTec for over 10 years now, and it's been great, it's been exciting, it's been challenging. If we were working with a huge organisation and we were just swallowed up into that, it would seem a bit of a shame to me, really, because we built up a really good, strong brand loyalty. Our customers like us. We talked about trust before. The thing that I really like is that we're also bringing something to the party.
It's going to be a win for MintTec, a win for Forfusion, a win for all of the current customers, prospective customers, and in fact, more importantly, a big win for all of our employees. We're going to build a much more stable business, a business that is something special and a business that has longevity.